Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Costa Rica Crypto, and today I have the pleasure and the honor. I'm speaking with Alcan from Weos, which is a new DAPP that was recently introduced into the ecosphere. I'm really happy to be chatting with you today, Alcan. I'm looking forward to talking about Weos and talking about, well, Wecash. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy on behalf of the whole Weos team to be here. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to talk about our project.
It's a pleasure, man. That's what I do, and that's what I love to do. So, just thanks for coming on. I guess we're going to chat a little bit about Weos today, and also Wecash, as I kind of mentioned previously. I understand that Weos is kind of a social media DAPP that essentially organizes posts by connection. Can you kind of explain the idea of how it works a little bit?
Yeah. So you're going, I mean, if you look at Facebook or other centralized or, conventional social media apps, everyone is a friend, right? And everyone is a connection. But in Weos, we want to change that. We will be able to tag our connections, and people will be able to create specific, chat rooms, groups, walls, whatever you call them, either for groups or for one-on-one conversations. And you will be, customizing your walls, multiple walls for people with whom you have different levels of relationships. Like you can have one wall for the family, another one for the colleagues from the workplace, or I don't know, classmates, whatever. I mean, you will be able to customize your feed and your connections, so it's a bit improved than what we see in centralized social media.
Yeah, and I think that that's another point too. This is kind of decentralized, and we're going to talk about that a little bit too as we kind of move forward. Some of the ideas that you guys are building on here, and it follows a lot of the cool things that I'm seeing in the EOS space with trying to put monetization of content and back into the people's hands. So I think it's a cool project. We'll kind of delve into that a little bit more as we kind of move along. I guess just to start off a little bit, like, can you speak about kind of, yourself, who is the team, and then why did you guys choose to build Weos on EOS?
Sure. The team, we have a quite experienced team and dedicated team. We have two technical leads, each with 20 plus years of experience as software developers. And we have two lawyers, one US lawyer and another one is a UK lawyer. Our lawyers were previously involved in EOS stack establishment as well, so they're also very experienced, 20 plus years, and they're also specialized in crypto business. And they helped us also establish our company in Anguilla, and Weos Limited is there. And we have myself, I'm looking after the business part of things. My background is I'm a civil engineer. I've been working for several investment funds investing in infrastructure, energy infrastructure projects across emerging markets like Africa, Latam, MENA region, etc. And Darren, he was the originator. He is the originator of the idea, Weos idea. The group came together over Telegram, which is a great way to get to know people. I think everyone has the same direction right now, so we are all very dedicated to deliver what we want to deliver.
For sure. It's funny, Telegram is it's such a social network. It's where like everything really happens on EOS. If you want to know what's going on, you go to Telegram. Devs.
Exactly. And I encourage people to join our Weos Telegram channel, by the way. It's Weos chat, it's called. I mean, add Weos chat. If they have Telegram installed, they can join our Telegram channel as well.
I'll make sure I link to that below, my friend. I'll make sure I link to everything that we're going to talk about today as well. But yeah,
Cool.
if you're into EOS and you really want to know what's going on, you got to get Telegram. Like I didn't have it before. I wasn't super interested in it. I think I had it briefly when, a couple of years ago, but if you want to know what's going on in the world, you need Telegram. So I'll make sure that I list your channel below, and I'll link to that too. I guess a little bit about kind of like the vision. Like, where did this come from? You speak a little bit about the vision on the website. Like, what are kind of some of the ethics, the thoughts, and just maybe everything behind Weos?
I mean, we want to do some things different than how they're done today. Like, improving the product itself through, the ability of customizing is one thing, but what we are going to offer is beyond that. Like, none of the social media right now creates any content, though they control everything. And sometimes they don't respect privacy, which we've all, seen before recently. And, they get to take everything money-wise. I mean, people are, creating the content, but they don't get the benefit out of it. So, these are the key things that we want to change in our application. So we will ensure that data is private. It's going to be encrypted. So no one, even our team, will not be able to see any of the posts unless the originator of the posts want that. And we will not be able to track or trace any, for adverts unless people again want to, share that. And I'm going to come there also in when I'm talking about the advert and revenue streams of the platform. And so privacy is important. I mean, everything will be encrypted, and we are going to, Weos tokens also will represent a vote, right? We are still, trying to contemplate how we are going to, arrange things in terms of administration. But I mean, it is going to be more democratic, so to say, than any of the centralized social media. And maybe a couple of words about our airdrop strategy there, that in order to ensure that whales cannot, abuse our voting system, our airdrop was, done on a exponential formula, mathematical formula, in order to, increase the liquidity so that big guys cannot sit on top of, hundreds of millions of Wecash, and the liquidity on the market is low. Most of the people don't have enough Wecash. So we wanted to prevent that. So, and also, it's going to prevent, our airdrop strategy is going to prevent abuse of, the voting system, or whatever we call it, that we are going to incorporate. And the other thing that we are going to change compared to social media, it's very major, that we are going to share what people, coming together, they create this value, so everyone will get their share of it. So it's like, a centralized social media, sharing most of their revenues, except for, running costs, platform running costs. So how we are going to do it, and this will create intrinsic token value. So companies who want to advert on our platform will need to pay in Wecash tokens. So that will create a demand on the advertisers side. And on the subscribers side, people who wants to who wants to get their share of the revenues, they will need to stake tokens to a smart contract, and they will get their pro rata share of advert revenues through that. So this will also create demand on the subscribers side. So
just to recap here, here's what I'm kind of hearing you say, and then let me know if I've got it or if I'm missing it, right? So a bunch of guys got together on Telegram. We've got some background in the stuff, and they said, essentially, social media, because my next question was what problem is it solving, but I think you already explained that well. Social media is a problem. We're posting, they're making money off these ads. What if we were to come up with something that runs on EOS that we could essentially all post on? We create this sharing economy, that's this decentralized sharing economy, that instead of somebody else taking our private information, you're going to work a little harder to make sure that that's secure. And not only that, but the revenue that's being made off these posts are actually going to be redistributed back to the people minus operating costs. So you're,
correct.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I get it. I think that's kind of neat.
Exactly. Thanks for wrapping up. I mean, this is exactly where we want to reach at the end of the day. So, and because the tokens are going to have intrinsic value, there won't be any inflation of Weos tokens. This is very different from the decentralized social media applications out there today. So it's not going to be speculation. The token value will not, rely on speculation. As the platform grows, the number of subscribers increase, and the revenue figures increase as well, the token value will go up. I mean, there will for sure be some speculation value on top of it. I mean, that's the nature of the business. I mean, speculation is everywhere in stock markets, in crypto markets, everywhere. But it is backed by solid demand on Weos tokens. Therefore, there won't be any inflation, and the value in the tokens in people's hands will not get, diminished over time.
That's cool. I think it's a good model. I think there's like a massive, and it's interesting, is I've witnessed a lot of different conversations about how to, because we're sending all these tokens out, and then a lot of people, and whatever, it's their decision, but a lot of people who aren't interested in the project or aren't invested in the project immediately slam them out, drive the price down. And it just makes it's been a wild ride with a lot of this airdrop strategy, and people are thinking new systems and new ways to kind of still be able to give back to the community without absolutely destroying their token price. So I think that's really interesting. Like, I get it. I understand what you guys are trying to do. And I think that's kind of cool, replacing the advertising revenue, putting it back inside of the pocket of the people. I guess my next question is, like, what's the strategy for marketing this thing? How are we going to track the users? How are we going to populate this app? And then, of course, like, when is the app going to be ready? What's kind of the roadmap for the project?
Yeah, the roadmap, we would like to complete, our first version around Q1, of next year. It's going to take time. It also depends a bit on the funding side as well. I mean, we have a team who are working on it, but we need to also expand the team accordingly. So right now we have some funding to cover our airdrop costs, etc. But in order to expand the team, I think we need a bit more, so we are waiting for but I think that will come anyways. I mean, by the time we deliver certain milestones, the token value is going to go up, and people will start to believe in more in our project. So yeah, right now we target first quarter, depending a bit on the funding of our project. And we are also in contact with several VCs and VPs to fund our project as well.
Yeah,
in order to accelerate things.
Of course. I think, it's necessary in order to do that. I understand what you're saying. Like, there's a lot of people in this space that are working for free right now. There's a lot of passion out there. And the thing that I really love about EOS is the fact that a lot of projects, and this one too, are just about like taking the money back from some of these centralized powers that have been that have been whatever. Maybe it's taking information, maybe it's taking our, taking revenues made off of stuff that we're posting. So I get it. I like it. I think it's kind of a cool idea. And I understand where you're coming from. I guess we kind of talked.
Inevitable. It's going to happen. I mean, social media, we are going to see in the future. I mean, with this technology, sharing economies will disrupt the centralized companies for sure. I've seen a lot of reports on this, so we all see it.
They should be nervous. I hope they are, and because it's when you really start, like, that's one thing that this space has done. It's going to open my eyes into some of the ways that everybody's being taken advantage of in terms of privacy of information and the amount of monetization that's being made off of our posts or our, the information that we're typing into forums or whatever it might be. So it's cool to see another project that's kind of that's kind of starting to develop that. What are some of the difficulties that you guys have experienced in building Weos thus far? Are there any difficulties? Anything that's caused you particular trouble?
Before the airdrop, I think the difficulty was, to arrange the funds. We were struggling a bit about that, but then we sorted that issue. And now, again, the funding, we need our token price. It will come, as I said, go up so that we are going to deliver it faster than we plan to. Yeah.
For sure.
And technical wise, well, I'm not a technical person, to be honest, but yeah, maybe our design team can give you more information. But yeah, certain design decisions we had to make, and I think they're over now. We have finalized our, or at least close to finalizing on, at least the architecture of our product. So.
For sure. And I think that a lot of people, some people might kind of get their back up and say, like, well, you're gonna sell the tokens. I think that as long as you're transparent with your plan to be able to fund it, and you have something in place that's not gonna dump the price of the tokens. Like, I've seen a lot of really big projects in this space that are being built on the same model. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As I said, our team is very dedicated and very experienced, so it is going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I hope it does too, because A, it's EOS, and B, it's, it's looking to disrupt part of the industry. I think sending out the tokens is of course, the first way of kind of creating some noise about it, right? And of course, into media opportunities like this. So definitely, if anybody is interested in picking up a story on Weos, definitely contact them inside of their Telegram group, because I think that more exposure is better. It's good to know that you have a good team. It's good to know that you have some funding to get going. I guess what's some of the joys? What are the best parts about working on something like this? It takes a lot of time. I know it can get frustrating, but what are some of the most rewarding parts?
I most enjoy thinking about the future, envisaging the days that we succeed and, we are going to disrupt things and people. If we can achieve this, and it will create a lot of, change in the overall market. So in the social media, and yeah, we want to do that. Thinking about all these is what's making me happy. It's not about money or, it's about making a change.
For sure. And that's one of the cool things that blockchain is. It really is, man. It's changing the way that it's opened my eyes since I really started doing a lot of these interviews and seeing the way that a lot of people are being, and I would say, taken advantage of. I don't even think most people are aware they're being taken advantage of until they really start to look into blockchain and look into EOS in particular and see some of the ways in which, our information is getting abused. So I'm down to support any project that's trying to make a change and redistributing some of those profits back in the hands of the people. I think that's kind of a cool idea.
And remember, right now the community compared to what we target to reach is really small, right? We airdropped 220,000 people.
Yeah.
And we want to reach billions of people. When this thing, it's something beyond crypto. By the time we get this, going, it's going to be mainstream. So this is what makes us.
What are some of your marketing pushes? What do you guys have planned in order to get this going?
I mean, we already have community managers, which are, you know, informing people about our project. You know, Russia, Korea, Japan, China, and who else? Italy. Did I say Italy? Italy, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with EOS Impera, we recently had a video call as well. But that was.
So what you're saying is you're focusing not only on the English speaking community, but you're going after a multilingual community.
Yeah, I mean, this is an international universe, right? China is a big part of it, Korea as well, Russia, Japan. I mean, we want to reach as many people as possible. We want to, you know, create value for everyone. So I hope, yeah, we will. I mean, we need people to achieve our goals. So
absolutely.
And we are also in search, by the way, for a PR director.
Yeah.
Which is also in our website, or it was supposed to be published in our website today. But I mean, by the time I think you air this video, it's going to be on our website. So people who are interested to work with us in this exciting project, we are waiting for your, you know, notice to, you know. Yeah.
I think it's really cool that an average Joe can walk in off the street, find something that they're aligned with, and be able to contribute whatever their skills might be to a particular project. That's one of the coolest things that I've noticed about the blockchain space. If you are out there, if you are interested in blockchain, if you have the right attitude, and you're willing to put some boots on, you can really find opportunities out there that are big. And it's been an eye opener for me. And I don't think as many people are aware, you know, that if you can just find a project that you're aligned with, that you like, that you want to work with, there are chances out there for you. And this is one of those chances. So I'm going to make sure that I list your webpage. I'm going to list your Telegram below. And we'll send people off to make sure they can come and kind of contact you guys and get in touch. Do you have any final words for the EOS community about the project or anything else you want to make?
Maybe one thing I can inform people. You know, in our airdrop strategy, we kept part of the tokens for the company reserves, Wecash, and maybe a bit on the Wecash, what it is. I mean, Wecash is not a token specific to Weos, right? We see Wecash, I mean, as something beyond that, and we will start incubating, you know, projects once the token value is up. I mean, we can create funds so that we can, you know, promote Wecash ecosystem. So when you go in our web page, you see that Weos is a member of Wecash community, and we are also in discussions with several other developers to, you know, bring them onto Wecash ecosystem. So it's going to be something beyond social media. Just wanted to note.
Yeah, that's a good point. So what you're saying is you've got Weos over here, and then over here you've got Wecash, and Wecash is going to be part of a larger dynamic that's going to be distributed amongst perhaps a few different projects. So you're kind of working on two projects in one. Is that right?
Exactly. So Wecash holders will be able to use their, you know, Wecash in more than one platform. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to drive utility for Wecash, essentially, right?
Exactly. So the demand will even further increase, not only advert and, you know, subscribers of Weos, but I don't know, whatever the DAPP may be, a car sharing platform or whatever. Yeah. Or a product database, etc. I mean, there are some projects that we are right now communicating with. Yeah.
So you're actually going to use the Wecash ecosystem to incubate other dApps. So it is kind of a dynamic project. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I like it. Yeah. That's neat. Any final words? Any final words before I send you on your way, my friend? I know you're in Turkey. I'm assuming it's late right now. Is it late?
Yeah, I mean, I want to thank to the whole EOS community and Block.one guys for bringing EOS into our lives. So I hope our project will succeed all together with the community. Yeah.
Me too. And I do encourage people to come and check you out and have a conversation with you guys and talk to you guys, because it sounds like you guys have some cool concepts together. And honestly, man, I root for everybody in EOS. You know what I mean? Like, we're all a community here. We're all trying to do some big things. We're all just trying to change the world kind of one project at a time. So so I'm rooting for you guys. I'm watching the project, and keep me tuned with new developments as they kind of come through. And I'm looking forward to seeing how everything rolls out.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thanks for having me tonight.
It's been a pleasure, Alcan. I'll make sure I list everything below in the comments, and I look forward to watching you guys flourish and watching the project do well.
Thank you.